Hello everyone! Well, now that BBL is done, it's time to get in some AFL Supercoach. And yeah, it's just opened up to the public, yesterday as of this recording. So we're going to update our team. Before we do that, I've got an open league. If you want to join that, the Loch Open League or LOL, 506532. And also if you want to join the Podmasters versus Public Open League, code there is 937841. Alright, let's have a look at my team. Alright, well, as you can see, my team is completely empty, so yeah, we're going to go pick it again. This will most definitely change before the season starts, after round 0. And yeah, the rookies at the moment, they're mostly going to be placeholders. Alright, so let's get started with the defense. And the first one that's going to be picked is, well, he's the guy at number 1 spot, most expensive defender, and that is Nasiah Wanganeen Milera at 622k. Defender only. I would expect him to get midfield status after round 6. I was tossing up between him or Jack Sinclair. Probably can't have both just because they have the early buy. Nas, I actually think he could actually go even higher than that one. What was it, 115? So. Well, yeah, that'll be hard to do, but he can do it if he plays full season in the midfield. He's an absolute jet. All right, so yeah, we're going to go with him. At D2 now, want to get Lockie Ash and Lockie Whitfield. They share the same buy with St Kilda, so I'm not going to get them yet. Going to look to get at least one of these two very soon. Well, when I say soon, is in like soon in the season after their buy. But my D2 at the moment is going to be Connor Rozee, just because, he scored well there last year. Looks like he'll be playing in that defence again under new coach Josh Carr, and and midfield status as well. So that could come in handy, and I expect him to go well there. And also Port have a very nice run early. Play pretty much what's probably going to be the 4 bottom teams in the first 4 weeks. So, we'll go through. I'm sure he'll score well for us. All right, going to go down here. Next is going to be one of these players that plays for a bottom team as well. It's going to be Colby McKercher at 449k. He was reported to have been training in match simulation in the midfield, but we'll watch him over the preseason. Might change that to maybe a Nick Newman type. If he's going to play in the midfield, because we want him in that backline role where he's just going to be the main distributor. North are always good for a nice value distributor off halfback, even if he is 449k. I didn't have him last year, the second half of the year last year. He went back to that halfback sort of role, and he absolutely did pretty well. All right, next, he's actually next on the list. After Colby McKercher, it is the Bergman, Miles Bergman. He's looking to be playing in the midfield, and like I said earlier, he has a nice early run, playing the bottom 4 sides, and I expect him to go well in that midfield. But hey, you just said you're considering not picking McKercher because he's playing in the midfield. Well, I just think McKercher, scores better at that halfback role. All right, so next we have got a few rookies here. So and I'm considering like Kitty Coleman. Any other guys I've got on my radar, I'll go through in my team previews. All right, but for now, I think it might just be easy if I type the guy's name in. It's from the Gold Coast Suns, and apparently if he was available last year, he would have been in their senior side. From what I hear. All right, so that is Zeke Euland, who was a high draft pick through their academy, and we'll pick him right there just for now. And another rookie from West Coast. All right, so West Coast, bottom of the ladder team. They might give the kids a game. Like I said before, these rookie or maybe not Zeke Euland, but all these rookies are pretty much just placeholders for now until we get a better idea of which rookies are actually going to play closer to the season. Alright, so next on my bench I've got Jai Sarong, who's crossed from the Hawks to the Swans, and hopefully he can get some games. And the next one will be Lachlan Carmichael. Alright, so nice. Hopefully he can get a game just off half back there. Alright, but like I said, these rookies can definitely and probably will change. Alright, on to the midfielders now. Wow, I would love to have Bont. At 706k though, most expensive player in the game, and we know what Bont can do. Like, look at him. He averaged 130 last year, captaincy option every week. But he does have that early buy, which is a bit annoying, and he's probably guaranteed to come down in price at some point. Well, we hope so anyway. Alright, so I'm going to skip on the Bont just for now. But like I said with Rosie and Bergman, Port Adelaide, they have an absolutely awesome run to start off with. And I'm going to put Zachary Butters. And they're playing North Melbourne first, so he's definitely a vice-captain option there. There are many of these guys that I'm considering down here. But the next person I'm going to choose is Jordan Dawson. Alright, although he's in my team for now, but I am pretty sure that he'll drop a stinker every now and then, and we can possibly get him at a cheaper price. But I'm just going to put him in here now. Like, other guys I'm thinking of putting here is like your Finn Callahan's, your Josh Dacos's, like even like a Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson, although they have early buy as well. Alright, so Jordan Dawson can go in there for now. Alright, next on the list. Alright, where is he? He's a guy that's coming back from injury last year. Injury affected, missed pretty much the first half of the season last year. Averaged 104.7. He can go higher than that. And that is Mr. Errol Goulden. Alright, so he can definitely, I reckon that's a pretty good value pick right there. I can just picture it right now. Him kicking it lace out to Charlie Curnow. Alright, so put Errol in there for now. Next is, I haven't seen this guy in many teams, and I've never been, not sure, I might have had him in my team, once, never really been, had this guy in my team, but next is going to be LDU at 526.9k. North Melbourne also have a pretty nice run earlier on in the year. And hopefully Uniac can go big. He can go big. And we'll just put him in there for now. Other guys I'm considering around this sort of price range is like well, definitely not Adam Chera. Like your Sam Walsh type, even Jai Caldwell, they're a little bit more. They're on my radar as well, but just for now, I'm just going to put in LDU. Alright, so now we're going to get into some mid-prices. Alright, so next one I think is going to be a pretty popular pick. Injury affected season last year, and that's going to be Hayden Young. He can be a massive scorer, like massive points per minute. When he actually plays. So we'll keep an eye on it in preseason. Hopefully, he can get through injury free, and if he does, he'll be in my side. All right, another guy who had an injury affected year last year. He has gone 100 plus type averages in the past, and that is going to be one of my boys, Mr. Darcy Parish at 334k. So I definitely wouldn't be aiming to keep him in my team for the year. Maybe just hopefully he can gain maybe 200k. Hopefully he plays enough, and maybe upgrade him to a fallen premium that's had his buy. All right, so yeah, Darcy Parish is in there for now. All right, and the rest are going to be rookies. Next is going to be another one of my guys, Dyson Sharp. All right, 149.5k. Yeah, he should be ready to go, and just as that midfielder that we need. Yeah, he should get games early, I should think. All right, so there is that, and another popular pick. It's going to be from Carlton. It's going to be on Jagger Smith, who unfortunately injured his ACL, I believe, last year. Missed the whole season, 119.9k. He was like a number 3 draft pick or so. Yeah, I would expect him to play if he is ready to go. And yeah, he should be very highly owned. And 3 rookies on the bench I've got. Where is he? Smiley. Josh Smiley, we had him in our preseason sides last year. Another high draft pick who was injury affected last year, didn't play a game. Should get a game in the young Tigers team, we would hope. Next, another guy who, well, he did get many games last year. He was from Collingwood. We picked his brother last year, but just for now, Finlay McRae. He's made way over to West Coast. West Coast bottom team. Could he get a game? Well, we're going to have to watch the preseason for that. All right, so yeah, one to keep an eye out on. And the next one is Will Brodie, all right, who's come across from Fremantle to the Power. Yeah, does he get a game in that midfield? Well, Ollie Wines is suspended for another 2 games, I believe. Yeah, one of the commenters in my first video, said that. So thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah, hopefully, if he does play those first 2 games, hopefully he doesn't become another Charlie Constable and plays those 2 games and is never seen again and is stuck on a negative break even for life. All right, so yeah, that is the midfield done. All right, so the rucks. So with the new ruck rules, last touch, etc., between the arcs, not quite sure how this is going to go. All right, so watch the practice games, and we can even watch round 0. So as much as we don't like round 0, well, this could actually help us out to see, how the rucks are scoring, and help us make our decisions for round 1. All right, so. But for now, I'm just going to go set and forget for now and pay up for Max Gawn and Tristan Cherry. Yeah, I would like a Luke Jackson, but just that Shrek threat. Well, yeah. Hopefully Shrek, can stay injury free. Don't want players to get injured, but if Shrek has a long-term injury, I feel like I say this every year. Luke Jackson, yeah, he'll be straight in my side. All right. Yeah, other considerations like your Tim English. I was even looking. Actually, no, I wasn't. Not really looking at anyone else down here. Well, even Sam Draper, who you can pick in your forward line as well. Well, we get to see him round 0, so yeah, that's good thing about round 0. All right, on to the bench now. All right, a lot of people will have Kalani White right here, 99k ruck forward, but I'm not yet anyway. I'm going to go with a guy that was recruited from Fremantle to the Carlton Blues, averaged 34 last year, playing 1 game. So I'm surprised that Supercoach actually priced him at 119, not slightly higher, but that is going to be Liam Reedy. All right, so hopefully, it's between him and Pitnet for the first ruck, I believe. We know Pitnet, can get injured at times. So Reedy is going to be there. Hopefully he can play early. Well, he doesn't even have to play early. Any other rookie, even like a forward rookie, hopefully can make some, quick coin early, and then trade, say, this forward rookie, for example, to Kalani White, make some money, and put Liam Reedy in the forward line. If Reedy hasn't made enough money, well, having Reedy, if he is playing, it would be handy to have just in case we need to cover Gorn or Cherry. Like got players, super coaches that started Archie Reed, I believe. Yeah, from West Coast. Yeah, he came in very handy. Didn't score very well. Might have scored like a 40 or a 50. Hey, but that's better than nothing. Okay. All right, now onto the forward line. All right, I'm pretty sure this is going to be, yeah, look at him, 70% owned. Surprised it's not like 80 or 90% owned. 30% must have, auto-filled teams or something like that. It's going to be Harry Sheezel at 580k. Yeah, I said last year, this is the last time we're going to get Harry Sheezel in the back line. But hey, I didn't expect him to have forward status this year. All right, so we're very happy with that. And yeah, like I said with LDU, nice early run for the Gangers. So yeah, we'll do that. Isaac Rankin, well, he's suspended for round one. But if one of our rookie bench players come on the, score really well, could he be a very expensive loop for round one? Anyway, probably not. Probably won't happen, but yeah. I want to skip on Christian Petrarca. Riley Thilthorpe. Last year, I said, he's a key forward. Yeah, it's going to be a pass for me. Geez, was I wrong? Because he's, averaged 97.1k. Well, I mean, not 97.1 points, not K, I should say. You got Nick Martin out for the year. Alright, but we're going to go down here. Cozzy Pickett is on my radar. Sam Darcy, as a key forward, I think he will have some down games and he'll lower in price at some stage. So get him then. But yeah, my second forward, he's going to be another very popular pick. Alright, where is he? Let's go down, down, down. And that is going to be Draper, priced the exact same as my man, Sam Flanders. We only averaged 73.3. Come across from the Gold Coast, he's going to be playing in the middle, not half forward like he was at the Gold Coast Suns. And I'm surprised he is only 55% owned. Alright, so yeah, we're going to stick Flanders in there. Right, next. Got another mid-pricer. And where are we going to scroll down? I really should just be typing out his name here. Alright, actually, where is he? It's going to be Shy Bolton. Haha, no, only kidding. Only kidding. Never again. Alright. It's going to be Adam Treloar, so we're going to monitor him in the preseason. If he gets through a preseason uninjured, yeah, he'll be in my team. Yeah, but hopefully, well, I'm not expecting him to play the full season. Just string about 9 or 10 games together so you can make some money. Please, Adam. Alright, next on the list, I'm just going to be typing these out instead of scrolling through them all. It's going to be one Mateus Philippou, who's only 168k, 34.6 average last year, most of last year injured, but yeah, he is a gun. Yeah, so hopefully he can stay on the park and make us some moolah. Next, we've got another guy who's coming back from injury, and that is Todd Marshall at 147.9k. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I think he is playing or training in the back line. So, yeah, that'll be very interesting. If that's the case, yeah, he could get the defender, very handy defender forward status. And, yeah, like I said, with the other Port players, has a nice early run. All right, so finally, the last spot on the field. Got an Adelaide player here. Alright, we talked about one S Draper before, but this, not Sam Draper, but Sid Draper, 126.1k. And yeah, he wasn't injured last year, but a lot of his games, well, nearly all of them, were sub-affected. And there's no sub rule this year, so 23.3 average last year. That's not to say that, they might still only play him for half a game, but hey, It's better than the last 5 minutes of a game or whatever. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Draper is there for now, and yeah, he's 50% owned as well. So yeah, pretty highly owned. And I've got guy from West Coast. Well, he's come across from Brisbane. Couldn't get a game in that stack Brisbane, midfield, and that is Devon Robertson. Again, sort of placeholder. Until the rookies that are playing will be revealed. And just at the moment, another rookie from the Gold Coast, another guy who was sub-affected with a lot of his scores. Well, he only played 4 games, but Leonardo Lombard is just going to be there for now. And how much cash we got left? We've got 177k. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but my team name is Le Grill. That's a Simpsons reference in case you didn't know. Alright, Le Grill? What the hell is that? Alright, so yeah, we can't have a team name like that, without having Le Grill in our team. Alright, 172k. Alright, yeah, he's in there for now. Alright, so that's my team right now. Alright, so let me know what you think. I'm not going to bother with vice captains just yet. Alright, so we've got 5k left, so not a lot to play with. So, yeah, not sure what we'll do, if we need some money. But yeah, I'll be doing some team previews for every club, like I usually do, and maybe more after that. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your teams, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, see you. Bye.